Can any single country independently produce a modern commercial passenger jet like a Boeing 737 or an Airbus A350? At present, the global commercial aircraft industry is dominated by a handful of players: the United States Boeing and the Pan-European consortium Airbus. Other notable contributors include Brazil's Embraer, China's COMAC, Russia's Yakovlev and Sukhoi, and Canada's Bombardier. However, even these leading manufacturers depend heavily on an intricate global supply chain. The simple answer to whether a single country can build commercial aircraft independently is no, a reality Russia is now experiencing firsthand. Modern commercial aircraft are complex systems requiring thousands of components sourced from different countries. Major aerospace nations like the United States, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom play critical roles in this process. If any one of these countries were removed from the supply chain, production would grind to a halt until alternative solutions were developed, a process that could take years. For example, Boeing relies on crucial European components while Airbus integrates significant American parts. A closer look at the popular Airbus A320 highlights this interdependence, with components supplied by US-based companies like Collins Aerospace for flight control systems and thrust reversers, GE Aviation for engines via its joint venture with France's Safran, and Honeywell Aerospace for flight management systems. Similarly, Boeing depends on European suppliers like Safran for electrical wiring and carbon brakes, Rolls-Royce for engines for specific models, and Thales for cockpit displays. One of the biggest bottlenecks in independent aircraft production lies in jet engines. Virtually all commercial jet engines are produced by just a handful of companies located in 3 countries: the United States GE Aviation, Pratt & Whitney, the United Kingdom Rolls-Royce, and France Safran, often in collaboration with GE. While countries like Russia and China have made progress in developing their own engines, such as Russia's Aviadvigat LPD-14 and China's AKCJ-1000A, these engines are generally less efficient, heavier, and more expensive than their Western counterparts. For instance, Russia's PD-1 costs nearly twice as much as the widely used CFM LEAP engine.
This global interdependence also creates significant leverage. Major aerospace nations can effectively veto sales of aircraft to certain countries by blocking access to essential components. A notable example is Iran. After sanctions were lifted in 2015 under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, Iran placed orders for Airbus and Boeing jets. However, when the U.S. reinstated sanctions in 2018, deliveries stopped. Despite being a European company, Airbus could not proceed because its aircraft rely heavily on American components. Similarly, in the military sector, the United Kingdom's embargo on Argentina after the Falklands War rendered French Dassault Super-Étendard fighter jets non-operational, as they relied on British parts. The same embargo has prevented Argentina from acquiring other fighter jets, as even American and Korean designs include British components. Russia's current challenges underscore the difficulty of operating outside the global supply chain. Following Western sanctions, Russia has been forced to replace Western components in its commercial aircraft with domestically produced alternatives. The scale of this effort is enormous. 80 to 90% of the Sukhoi Superjet's components, 60 to 70% of the Yakovlev MC-21's parts, and even 13% of the Tupolev Tu-14's components require substitution. As a result, Russian production lines have largely stalled, with no new jets delivered since pre-sanction stockpiles of Western components were exhausted. While nations like Russia and China may eventually develop the capacity to produce passenger jets independently, such efforts are likely to result in outdated designs in the short term. For now, the global dominance of a small group of Western companies ensures that even the most advanced aerospace nations remain interdependent. Even industry leaders like Boeing and Airbus are not self-sufficient. For the foreseeable future, the production of modern commercial aircraft will remain a truly global endeavor.